off, okay? The Wi-Fi cannot be used by other devices during this moment, Frankie. My God. I'm just kidding. That was harsh. I apologize for that. Apologize for yelling. And for an apology, I'll let you choose what cigar you would like to smoke tonight. You have your options between the night shift from Warfighter Cigars, or you can have the Art Arios, Art Aos. I cannot pronounce it from Wildfire. Artios? Atreyu? Atreyu indeed then. Guys, this is not a dig on Wildfire. It is just me not being able to pronounce things, which I've never been able to do anyway. So we're right on schedule. Basically we're perfect. Batting 100, batting 1,000. 100. Tim, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Good to see all of you out there. Miguel Rodriguez here for the Bakersfield Gentlemen. My brother here doing the sharing, doing some collecting of information that I need. And do you know which one you're gonna want to go with?
No, it doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna go Wildfire then. I'm gonna go Wildfire. I've been listening to what's his name's music, Jeremy's music, 40 Days and 40 Nights. If you guys haven't heard that song, it's pretty dang good. Tom, how you doing? Checking in over on YouTube. But bam. Do we have the community feature on YouTube where we can post pictures and stuff too, right? Oh, that's loud. Because you can make posts on YouTube now, but I don't know if we can. Have you checked that out?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, Frankie is letting me down across the board. It's fine. It's fine. Get back to you guys with that stuff in just a second because it's not that important right now. What is important though is if you want to watch this on YouTube or X, current or formerly known as Twitter, you can check it out there, guys. Unfortunately, you cannot. You can post, but we can't post a comment to X, which makes no sense to me. Have to deal with it. All right. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and pull up my notes here. To do Wildfire.
Kevin is live right now speaking at the Greater Bakersfield Republican Assembly.
Who?
Kevin.
Oliver? Oh, yeah. You got to let me know which Kevin, bro. There's a bunch of Kevins. I don't really care about that. This is not Bakersfield time. This is cigar time. Although I guess technically it could be the same. Art. I'm going to spell this correctly too, by the way. Art. ARTAOIS.
Correct.
Let me get the information on this. So at least if I cannot pronounce it correctly, I can at least give you the correct information on this if it decides to load, which would be just phenomenal. Oh my goodness. Come on, device. Come on, cellular device. You have internet connection. I know you do. There we go. And now it's at. Oh my goodness. I am just trying to find the right stuff for us to enjoy said cigar information with. There we go. Oh my goodness. Pop-ups. Pop-ups for that. FYI, guys, Bravada Club is having a Father's Day sale. Okay, not bad. I'm on board for that. But here we go. This is going to be the Robusto right here. So let's click on that. Let me see if I can get that blend going here. So we are looking at Wildfire Arteos is the Celtic bear god. That's what it's for. It is a made in Nicaragua. Blends feature a Nicaraguan Habano Oscuro wrapper, Indonesian binder, and 3 distinct Nicaraguan fillers of tobacco, which I kind of expected it to be tobacco, being is that it is a cigar.
Your hair looks weird.
My hair looks fine.
It looks weird on camera.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I think I look good. Actually, I probably need to brush it. That would probably help. Usually does. But let me hear more about this sale, though. If thank you. I'll just share that. If you can, Tom, what's going on with that? Definitely wanting to know more information.
They're probably discounting their items online.
Oh, some sort of price reduction, leading to more sales.
Exactly.
Part of this sale situation.
Exactly, 100% right.
You know what? I cannot disagree with you on that one. I think you're spot on the money. So there we are. Did you pull up any info on your cigar? You gonna light it up first? Try it out. Do a little sniff, a little taste. Never hurt nobody. I'm gonna go ahead and tag Wildfire Cigars though real quick in the comments so they know what we are smoking today.
I guess I shall find the information on this one as well.
Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and light up since Frankie has already beat me to it. Not an issue. So a lot of Nicaraguan here. I'm expecting some good spice notes, a little bit extra strength. It does say that it's a heavier cigar, and I'm fine with that because I've already eaten. So not going to be an issue, I don't think, at least.
That messed me up yesterday. I was about to light up a Kikimomo cigar, and one of the guys here at the club was down here smoking cigars. He's like, "Oh, here, take this cigar. I just want the tube back." And turns out that it was a Partis Black. And is that Matt?
Matt,
I haven't seen him in a while.
good to see you, brother.
And it reminded me that there's sometimes you need to eat before you smoke a cigar because I felt sick afterwards. I really did.
That can really happen. It doesn't matter how many cigars you have smoked in your life. It doesn't matter your size. Once in a while, it'll hit you. It'll get you. I just got back from Dallas this afternoon. I'm smoking the Knuckle Sandwich, Connecticut. Good call. Damn, I failed. The sale was over already. That's weird. Father's Day hasn't even passed yet. Yeah, you figured. I mean, I get why you would have it before, obviously, because this way you can get the shipping in for Father's Day. But a lot of times those things happen until the day of or the day after.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, get your dad a present on today, or you're a dad, treat yourself. And I get that too. Not me, obviously, because I don't have kids. But I understand a dad wanting to buy themselves a little something. There's only so many ties you can use. You're gonna need something you can light on fire, and that's a cigar.
So we have here the Night Shift by Warfighter Tobacco. It's got that neon green and black band to it, and it uses an Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro wrapper, Indonesian binder, and Nicaraguan long filler tobaccos. It says it's profile of pepper, leather, citrus, and fruit. And it does have a small band of candela at the top. Kind of supposed to say that it's from Night Vision Optics. So I'm supposed to remember like
that nod to the green color. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that. It looks like Matt went to check out the newly renovated Industrial Cigar Lounge on Tuesday. Very nice. How did they do? Because I did hear something about that. I think maybe Richard was talking about it. I forget who. But yeah, how is it now? Is it everything you hoped it would be and more? So I am finishing that sharing over there. I will definitely make sure to tag Warfighter as well. Two excellent companies, guys. Warfighter has been doing some phenomenal stuff for quite some time. I think Jeremy's on what, 3 years, 4 years now? 3 years.
That's Wildfire.
Yeah, Jeremy.
This is Warfighter.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I see. They've been doing things for a while now.
Yeah.
Jeremy, 3 years, 4 years?
About 4.
About 4, yeah. So yeah, I think they're a couple years older, but both doing some phenomenal stuff.
Yes.
Across the board. That's what I was getting at. Excuse me.
Bloodline, yes. As a matter of fact, I've been preaching Bloodline since like 2017. They originally were house blends for one of the shops in Fresno. Micah Johnson, the guy that had them blended for him. They're so popular, they ended up going ahead and branding them, labeling them, and selling them now. And they're fantastic cigars. I think they're just amazing, especially the Maduro. I believe they make it Maduro, a Connecticut, and Habano. The Maduro is a green and black band. The Connecticut is white, off-white and blue. I believe the Habano is like a red and orange, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes.
But yeah, no, fantastic cigars. Yeah, I've been singing their praises for a long, long time. You know, I think they're absolutely fantastic.
The Maduro is definitely number one. I'm with you on that, Tom. I cannot get enough of it. I mean, it's been a minute since I've had one just because they're not really readily available in our area.
They're not that well known unless you're in that I guess in Fresno, really, and in that shop. But they're not widely known for being a very popular cigar, but they are a very tasty cigar.
Yeah, I will say, I think it might have changed since. They might have done something to tweak the blend a little bit. But in the first few runs, there was a lot of hit and miss on construction. But the flavor was so damn good. It did not matter if there was a big run on one side or if I had to keep correcting, did not bother me one bit. The flavor was just on point, and that was
Yeah.
one of those first cigars that we talked about, and you brought it up first.
Hmm.
These weird notes like cookie dough or something, or sugar
Yeah,
cookie.
it was one of the very first cigars that I was really starting to get a lot of flavor out of, and I think to this day, I think it's one of those cigars I just go back and reflect on, and try to grab when I can.
Oh, I got to put this on screen because it's a little small for me. But Matt says the colors of the Night Shift remind me of the Camacho Shellback. Frankie, this is a cigar that you need to get your hands on since you were in the Navy. I was able to get a box of them in Germany. Ooh,
Actually, we have had the Shellback on the show before. This was
Okay.
a while back. Cigars and More had gotten them in. They wanted to try them,
very good
and
stuff.
so we ended up having them. So it
Solid.
was a good cigar, solid cigar. It's just not my everyday go to.
Oh, is this what I think it is? The Sacred Scales. Oh my gosh, we do not have those anymore. They don't make them anymore.
Nope.
If it's the same one I'm thinking of, is it? Dawn of Destiny was orange. Sacred Scales was blue with the wolf, if I remember correctly. If we're talking about the same cigar, because I don't remember Apothecary being in there. I think it was Archetype, right? Archetype. But
Blue and pink. And the other was green and orange.
an orange, yes, with the moth for one.
Yeah.
Wolf. Yep, there we go. They don't make them anymore. I can't find it. If I could, they wouldn't be there because I wouldn't care what I had to pay. I would give them Frankie for a week. He'll work your lounge. Don't worry. He'll clean up after himself. Whatever you need, give me those cigars. They were absolutely one of my very favorites. Michael Giannini being one of the spearheads behind the Archetype series. Blends, presentation, everything that can go into them, I absolutely loved, and I'm so bitter that they are no longer in production. So if you find them, give me a number. Let me know where to call. My father, Flor de las Antillas, Maduro tonight. Aaron, I like where your head's at. That is some solid stuff. My father not getting the love it deserves, I think, sometimes on this show. I don't think we talk about him enough because I absolutely am such a big fan of the Bijou and the Opuenza and the Judge.
Yeah. The Florida Antillas, all that stuff is fantastic. I like the way they look on the shows with all of them having their different footband colors. I think that's really neat. Just not my thing, I think.
That's fair. I mean, it's such a big company too. It's not like no one's talking about them. It's not like we have to talk about them all the time. You know who they are. We all know who they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. Plus, they also have the coolest, I think, uniforms for PCA. Lauren, I want to get back into cigars, but it's so hot. I don't blame you. I would not be smoking outside right now. It's not worth it. The flavors aren't there anymore because I'm so uncomfortable with the heat.
Yeah.
I don't want to taste my own sweat. I want to just sit there and enjoy the cigar. I'm sitting on 10. I can't smoke them. Oh, man, Tom, I don't blame you. It would take me so long. Once I realized that they weren't making them anymore, I made 5 last like a year.
Mm-hmm.
It was, oh, gosh. And then Matt, the Industrial Cigar Lounge is super nice. They have a restaurant inside for food. No need to leave to get food anymore. That is beautiful.
That's cool.
California
That's cool.
needs to fix that and make it a possibility here. I don't want to be outside for a long time. So what short, tasty, and what's a short, tasty, full cigar I can smoke? You know what we have? See, that's a tough one too because I don't want anything too heavy and that much heat.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like something a bit shorter on the smoke time, and isn't going to pack too much of a punch.
Okay.
So I guess, I mean, if you're up for it, and I'm not against these, the cigarillos are fine, depending on which ones you get.
Yeah.
Like the
But she said she did want something heavy, right?
so full
flavor,
a tasty full cigar. Yeah, okay, so yeah.
So my suggestion would not even cigarillo, but go and grab. I think it's a 5-pack of El Pulpo from Artesano del Tobacco. You can get those exclusively from Loic Cigar Club. The El Pulpo is a fantastic cigar. Was well received after Viva La Vida for their second cigar, and I definitely think that checking out the El Pulpo in that small, I think it's a 4x40 size, something like that, would definitely be a good short smoke that you can enjoy.
That's an excellent call. In fact, we have some excellent calls across the board here. But I like where your head's at 100%. Cuba Libre, the 4.5 by 60. That's a good little sucker right there. That's going to give you a long burn time. just because of how thick that thing is. I think, in my opinion, the papas fritas are phenomenal for that.
That's a
The
good
nasty
call.
fritas are good too. It's great Liga Privada tobacco in just a short fill little guy. So you're not winning any long ash contests, but you might win in some flavors. Just saying. The last call by AJ Fernandez, super
Another
great.
good call right there. Wow, these are all good calls, guys.
I haven't had that in forever. I did just find a tin of the Buffalo Trace Cigarillo. I didn't even know that was a thing. There's a lot more cigarillos out there than I was expecting.
I think it's during the summertime they really start pushing them. I think that's why they waited to release the El Pulpo 4x40 now instead of at the show. Because it is heating up. People aren't gonna want to be outside as long. They'll be out there in the early morning when it's cool, or at night when it's starting to cool down. I think that's why they have these shorter cigars coming out, kind of making the way known now. I know Toscano. Oh man, they sent me an email. I totally forgot to read it. They're coming out with something new, and I'm thinking if it's anything like their older, the ones that we just got, it's gonna be a thin cigar that has a fat middle that you can still split in half, like the other Toscanos, and share with someone. So I'll definitely go back and read that email, but I think that's what it was. I don't remember 100%.
I'll have to go back.
But even the number 1 through 4s that we tried a couple of, very good. All were very heavy, dark, rich cigars. So one not as much as 4, kind of went up in strength as you went along. But again,
off, yeah.
If you're looking for something short, those cut right down the middle, boom, and you're good.
Gotta cut them though, because it's a decent like hour and a half, maybe hour and 45. You do the whole thing, but if you cut it, I think you can get 45 minutes, maybe less, if you're not babysitting too much. That's a good call. That's an excellent call, Frankie. Let me see. The El Pulpo is great cigar for sure, but the new Viva La Vida Club 500 is absolutely legit. It is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I go back and forth on Artesano del Tobacco. Shout out to our sponsor. Sorry, I'm pointing like right at your head, but over there, right there, as you guys can see, you did a better job than I did on that one. I'll give you that. But we're not just talking about them because they're them. They've been so supportive of us, and I don't even know how to thank them because it's such an amazing company, and the approach they have taken to cigars is singular. That's the best way I can describe it. It is so outlandish in the eyes of capitalism that they're putting that much friggin' quality into it, and everything they put out, every size, because I know it's only 2 blends technically, but you are really not just getting 2 cigars when you are smoking those things. There are so much difference between the Jester and the 500 or the Lancero or the El Pulpo, and I haven't tried the little guy yet, but I'm very excited to. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Where are we at though? I'm sorry, I rambled for a minute there. Tom, there we go. The Undercrown tin is good too. I like those.
Yes.
But yeah, that's definitely in the winter. That's really good when it's really cold outside. The little short guy, boom.
As a matter of fact, I believe it was the beginning of COVID when Miguel first had his. Oh, sorry, tobacco on the mouth there. First had his idea of doing the morning show. That I got him a tin of Liga 9s and 10s. Not 10s.
52.
52s.
Yep.
So yeah.
Those were so helpful in that moment because I wasn't doing a long show. We're still not doing a long show, by the way, guys. If you are up at 6 a.m. on the West Coast or 9 a.m. on the East Coast, catch us live at Great American Morning. You'll see Mel's mug on there too. I'm sure you're okay with that. I mean, it's whatever. It's fine. Leslie, how you doing? Love you, girl. Hope you're having a great day. Frankie, you're going to have to get up and start smoking on the morning show with Miguel and Mel since it's cooler out at that time.
I'm yawning right now, dude. I'm so tired right now. It's been a busy day. No way I'd be up at 6 in the morning.
It is a long day, but the day ain't over. We got more to do after this too. It never ends. There's always more work to be done. Acid Blondie, sweet with coffee for a short time. Very smart call, especially if you're looking in the morning. Like if you guys didn't see, Lauren was looking for something shorter to fight this heat in Bakersfield. It's ridiculously hot right now. And if you still want to smoke, you got to have something a bit shorter. It just is what it is. But as Matt pointed out, the mornings are a bit cooler. It felt great this morning. If you want to sit out there with a coffee, even if it's not iced coffee, you're going to have a good time.
No, definitely.
So that is a great call. Something sweet to go with some black coffee is a great combination in my book because I don't like to put sugar in my coffee. Whenever I can avoid it, I do just because I'm still like belly one, whatever. But I love black coffee anyway, so it's not really a win or lose in my book. I think it's all win. The United firecrackers, any of them. I don't think I've had one where I didn't like. I know I can rank them as far as like their firecracker. I think is probably my favorite, along with I really liked not Sockers, but yeah, Skips. I like the Roma Craft firecracker. I thought that was really nice.
You know, I thought the Fratello one was pretty darn good.
Like where your head's at.
Roma Craft, obviously. What was another one?
Gruffalafalo, I think, is going to ask us to make one pretty soon. Probably
Obviously,
next
yeah.
couple years, yeah.
It was, oh man.
There's quite a few of them now, so yeah,
there was another one out there I really liked. For whatever reason, I can't put my finger on it right now.
We had a bunch of them for a minute there.
Yeah,
then
we did.
We smoked them.
We did.
We smoked a lot of them, yeah. Let's check this one out. My go-to morning cigar is Espinosa Crema with coffee. Excellent call. I think Chris Haskell turned me on to that for the first time when we were in Texas. He brought some over.
Yes.
And we're like, let's smoke in the morning. And you know what? Loved it every time.
Yes.
Absolutely phenomenal call. It's not a short smoke, but a great one for sure. Oh, no. The pairing, yes. Burn time, you're getting your money's worth. And then some. It's great smoke. How about the polpetta for a great short smoke? Polpetta. Have I had that? Have I had the polpetta?
It sounds like a size, like not an actual cigar.
That's what I'm thinking. Hit me up with some more information on that, Matt. Maybe I'm just overthinking or underthinking this. My brain isn't landing on what I'm trying to picture in my mind right now, so I apologize. But I'm never against another cigar or trying a different size. Although at some point, and you guys chime in on this as well, when are sizes just the same, basically? You know, you have
Elaborate on that one.
You have a Lonsdale versus like a thick Lancero, you know.
I think that is more up to interpretation. And that is one thing I will definitely give the Cuban cigar makers their due, is because theirs is a uniform size. No matter what company you go to in Cuba, their sizes will always be the same. Unlike here in the States, where one person's Toro can be 5.5 to 7 inches, another person's is going to be 6.
Something different, something ridiculously different.
Yeah, I mean, they're all in like about the same ballpark, but they don't necessarily have to be the same. I would much rather prefer it if they were the same. So your Toro is going to be the same as his Toro, same as his Toro, same as his Robust, same as his. You know, I do understand that there are the specialty sizes, much like, you know, your Andalusian bulls and whatnot. But I like the uniformity of that.
Oh, it's okay. I get what you're saying. I'll go back to that and just say I want to get this comment real quick, but you're on to something very important right there. Matt says that it's the polpetta. That was the event only for Saka. That's right. Okay. Yeah, it's good stuff. It is good stuff. I kind of miss the idea of having stuff in that whole, what's what I'm looking for, event only. But we'll get to that in a second too, because I want to talk to you guys about events. But Frankie's point over here.
Real quick, I was saying I think I confused it with the trumpeta from Sinistro.
Trumpeta, yeah. I don't think that's just them. Other people made that.
I'm just saying this one I think I confused it with.
Fair, very fair. The friggin' Mr. Red though, in that trumpeta size, spot on stuff. The sizing though. So there are all these fancy, the trumpeta, the Scala, the friggin' what was the Inside Out or whatever that Kevin was doing. We spoke it from either end, or the back to back, or whatever he called it.
It was back to back.
Back to back, I think. Yeah, it makes more sense than Inside Out. But there's so many different, not novelty sizes, but unique sizes that I think you were right with the Robusto, Toro, Lancero, Churchill, Gordo should all be uniformed across the board.
Oh, you don't like the other sizes, or just like
the ones that are like the
standard
sizes.
Okay.
So you can still.
You're not talking about your Andalusian bull.
No, those will still be themselves because they have to be. You know, that's part of the flying pig is going to be a flying pig. Okay, it just is what it is. The nub's going to be nub size. That's different than a Robusto. It's different than Petite Corona. It's definitely not Petite Corona. What I'm saying is like the same way they do to alcohol, which is kind of a touchy subject because we don't want too much oversight unless it is, you know. We'll get you some more. All I'm saying is that maybe we could use a little bit of uniformity in that sense. I'm not trying to limit anyone's way of doing stuff or to hinder creativity, but it never hurts to just have that somewhat of a boundary to work with, to make things a little bit more. I don't want to say simple. I'm not looking for simple. I'm just looking for more of a uniformity to make it easier in the mind. And I think a lot of the times, a couple of rules here and there can very much help things be even better. I'm in a firm camp where if you set some rules while trying to be creative, it allows you to be more creative because you have to work within that. Sometimes you need to have a maze in order to let the brain kind of work out to solve a problem. You can't just see an empty room and they tell you get from one end to the other, and then we'll tell you if you got it right. It leaves everything up for interpretation, and then there's no right answer anymore, and then all you do is something wrong, or you feel like it's just wrong. When you have guidelines, not always, but in some cases, you have guidelines and you have a couple of rules to follow, it allows you to open up your brain to think outside the box.
I like that.
Thank you.
How's your cigar right now, Mike?
Pretty damn good.
You're powering through that thing.
I really am. I apologize. I'm not meaning to like lap you or anything, but it's very nice. I'm getting not as much strength as I thought I was going to, and the spice is not spicy. It's like a white pepper spice. It's nice. It's a cooking spice that is just enveloping my palate. Let me just touch this up there because I don't want to have to do that later.
Sure.
The idea behind Wildfire cigars in my mind has been something very rustic and refined at the same time. Not unlike Jeremy himself. And very much, having a bear in your tent or in your RV or going fishing in the middle of PCA. He's out there. And these cigars are phenomenally out there. I think if you haven't tried them yet, I would hop on that pretty dang quickly.
Sure.
That yellow band, which I apologize, the name escapes me at the time, but it's the first release with the yellow instead of this red right there, was a highlight of that PCA when it came out, and it's still very much a highlight in my mind.
So as far as the night shift goes, you guys, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm getting a note here that I've never gotten another cigar.
Okay, if you say night vision, I'm not gonna believe you.
Green.
You're getting green?
No. But I'll tell you the traditional stuff I'm getting. I'm getting the leather they spoke about. I'm getting some pepper spice in there. I'm getting some nuttiness in there. Not so much on the other things they talked about, but I'm getting some nuttiness in there with the wood, with the spice and the leather. But they spoke of fruits and citrus, right?
Yeah.
Now, when I first take a draw off of the cigar and begin to let go of the smoke, there's a very unique, distinct, to me on my palate, cherry flavor.
Cherry?
Not like maraschino cherries or candy cherries, but like a fresh cherry. Interesting. Go to the grocery store, you buy a bag of cherries, and bite into one.
No, I get
It's not tart, it's not sweet, it's just that cherry flavor.
You know it's cherry.
Yeah, you know it's a cherry. And to me, that's really weird. And it's only when you first release that draw after you take it. Then it's gone very, very quickly. But if you're like paying attention, like, oh wow, that's a cherry. So if anybody else has had this cigar, let me know if that's something you picked up on as well, or if I'm just weird.
I can't recall cherry off the top of my head. Maybe I'll have another one of these days. But that sounds pretty dang good. Tom asked Frankie, do you prefer nuts or wood notes?
Oh, I love both.
Well, that's gonna do it for today.
For me, when I get woody notes, it's either gonna be a citrus, cedar, or an oakiness. That's really the only two that I can think of when I get woody notes. When it comes to the nut notes that you get,
he didn't say notes. He did not say notes. I apologize. You're right.
I get a ton. I mean, I'm getting like fresh peanuts, roasted peanuts, peanut brittle, walnuts, roasted walnuts, cashews.
Brazil.
No, I think that's it.
Oh, that's all. That's all the nuts you can think of.
That's all of them that I've gotten flavors of in cigars. So for me, I think it's more on the nuts because you get much more variety and kind of like kind of pinpointing them and what it is as opposed to the wood. For me, I get cedar, I get oak, and that's it.
This is gonna sound worse. Like I'm not helping our cause right now, but I can agree with you, but for a different reason. Not the variety, but the other undertones when they get with a nutty note. It's also creamy. It's usually accompanied by a sweet note, that nuttiness, like peanut butter. It's a creamy note to it. So
after you get the nuttiness, you get cream.
I don't want to go anymore.
Interesting.
Chestnuts. I don't know about chestnuts.
Okay, I don't think I've ever had a chestnut. To be honest with you, I cannot remember ever eating a chestnut.
I lived off a bucket of chestnuts for a couple years.
I mean, I'm big on like the nut mix you get like at Costco or something. I love those. I think those are great.
Yeah.
The one thing that irritates me though is I have to get the ones that are like
tell you
reduced peanuts because I hate getting like a mix and then it's mostly peanuts. I mean, they're always going to be mostly peanuts, but like the ones like only 57% peanut or whatever.
They're only half or something. Yeah.
But I don't ever remember having a chestnut, so I really couldn't speak to that note.
If you guys ever go to Costco or walk down an Albertsons aisle where they have the snacks like that, he will mention it every time. God, I hate this. It's all peanut. It's like, that's just a can of peanuts you picked up. That's just Planters. Of course it's good peanuts. Every time you've never passed by a section of that and not mentioned how much you hate that it's mainly peanuts.
I gotta let people know. You gotta preach. Like it's Sizzler. You gotta preach.
I'm gonna get my Gatorade. You can tell that story real quick.
That's not what you're saying. But you know what I would like to do is I don't think we have a store like it. I mean, Winco does have the what do you call that thing where you get it in bulk?
Yeah,
bulk section. I don't think they have nuts like that. They have like spicy nuts, trail mix nuts. They have like a walnut and peanuts. You can make your own peanut butter or almond butter. But I don't think they get into like the specific other ones to where you can make your own trail mix like that.
No, because they all cost different prices.
Yeah.
So it would be.
But then you have to get like a bag of this, bag of that, or however much you want, and then put it all together.
Well, it's the same way you make your own muesli if you want. They had a pre-made one, but you can make your own as well.
Yeah.
Which maybe a year. No, it's been longer than that now. I didn't know what muesli was for the longest time.
Yeah, so it's out on
I was in at least the late 20s before
the MRE
man 97 something. I still follow him on Steve something. Yeah, Steve 1989. Somebody tag it. Please, somebody, if you know who that is, tag him.
Yeah.
He's not such a cool guy. Such a nice dude, trying to say nice things about everything, even when he doesn't like it.
Yep.
Like when we do cigar reviews, I will hope I'm as nice as he is to these. Always good for you, or hopefully good for you. Sometimes not great tasting, but keep people moving throughout the day. MRE packs.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not above eating MREs. I think there are some really tasty ones out there, but when you're eating ones that are from the Civil War, maybe you deserve a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, there we go.
I do believe we have a couple of pictures on the other that we need to show.
Sorry.
I don't know if you got them.
I'm gonna check right now. I apologize. I should have pulled this up earlier, but I can do it right now.
Awesome.
I'm gonna move this. Okay, it'll be there in a minute. Winco has the chocolate covered coffee beans. You actually need to try. I've never had chocolate covered coffee beans. I love coffee.
I had chocolate covered raisins, and whoever invented those is a horrible person.
I don't agree with chocolate covered raisins. I don't like raisins at all. Raisins are gross. Roasted cashews with salt and rosemary. That sounds wonderful. Oh, she makes them for Christmas too.
I've never had it with rosemary.
The rosemary sounds like it's an excellent call.
Yeah.
Both of those sound like excellent calls. And then here we.
Interesting.
Oh, damn it did not go through yet. How?
Man, you guys have some interesting stuff.
How and why does it not go? I apologize, bro.
Okay, so they're in the bulk section. Okay. Next time. Oh, we're just there the other day, huh?
In all fairness, I'm there a lot. I'm still going for my walks, guys, even with how hot it is. So I walked there in the morning the other day, picked up a couple things. Like, hey, Frankie.
You're going in shorts and a t-shirt.
Not.
That's weak.
Okay, you keep saying.
I used to go walk with the boys. I was wearing the sweatsuit, the plastics, underneath my Navy PT gear.
You know what? Keyword there. Used to.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't done it in years. Yeah. You quit. You bird quit. All right? And it's no longer legit.
Yeah.
And it's, dang it. Anyway, yeah, no, the bulk section over there, I love that place. It is some great stuff. I don't know what I was doing before that. Because you can, beans and rice are always cheap. Let's just be honest, okay? But all of a sudden, it's now another 10%, 15% cheaper just because you're not paying for the bag. You're putting it in a bag yourself. Okay, I'll do that all day long.
No problem.
Heck yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Robert, Vic. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing that. Noel, Monty, Jeff, Darren, Gary, how you guys doing? If you're watching and you feel, comfortable doing so, I would love for you to say hello, guys, in the comments. Wherever you're watching from, whatever you're doing, even if you're not having a stogie right now, what's coming up for the weekend? What?
It was either Daniel or Eduardo. One of them. I think it was Daniel. I forgot to put up the birthday thing for this one.
So you did all that.
No, I did the
best ash.
I did the best ash, but we got so involved with it being the water and finally having a theme, something different, and new people were actually joining it, that I forgot to do the birthday one.
So you just shirk responsibility.
I did.
That's okay.
So don't forget, you guys, if you're new to the show, or you guys are watching for a while, we do have the best ash contest. We do have one rule for this one to try to make it different, because we have a lot of repeat entries and a lot of repeat winners. We want to try to get someone new in there. Not saying we don't appreciate you guys that always do it, but just trying to get someone new. It has to contain some sort of body of water.
I like that idea.
So if you guys want to go to the group Cigars, Whiskey, Beautiful Women, you guys can check out the other entries that are in there right now. And Jeff could actually get himself a great entry right now. He's over in Malibu.
Yeah.
So he can get himself a great picture and enter in the best ash contest. Again, doesn't have to be the longest ash, you guys. Just the best ash you guys can come up with. So take those pictures, make sure you post them, and see if we can win some stuff.
How? I gotta ask this question in these people because I know they'll give us a good answer. How popular is Lake Isabella?
Mm-mm.
It's more of a local thing. Yeah. Okay. So it's not very fair to ask this question. I was gonna say, where would you guys have picked between the two spots? But that's not fair because everyone knows Vegas. So never mind. I guess it's technically camping versus Vegas. What would you guys pick for a summer getaway for a weekend? But there's both merits to both.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't want to go check out a nice lake? Because whether you know it or not, Lake Isabella is pretty awesome. It's a beautiful lake, very clean.
Man-made.
It is man-made, but that doesn't make it any less special. They didn't tell you this, but Lake Tahoe is actually man-made. Yep. Yeah.
I call bullshit on that one.
No, man-made lake. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
The man. Becky Lynch made it. I couldn't keep it together. No, that's definitely not. Over to Tom's comment over here. Had an Temperance Whiskey Rebellion earlier today. I don't remember smoking it before, but it was pretty damn good. It is absolutely one of my favorite from Roma Craft. Still to this day, one of my favorite. You got your Macedons, you got your Wanderlusts, you got
Wanderlust by far is the best cigar that they make. When you guys can find them, I definitely recommend picking them up. Followed closely by the Sabertooth and the Macedon. Those are my top three right there from Roma Craft.
Whiskey Rebellion, probably my favorite. Maybe I got to smoke all of them again. See if we can hit up Skip. Tell us to send us one of each, or two of each technically. Matt, going to be in Vegas tomorrow. Any lounges you're going to be able to hit up while you're out there? I still recommend going to check out the Legacy Lounge over on Circa.
No.
If you don't mind making what was it, 50 stories? 60 story trek up to the Legacy Lounge.
You have to walk.
You get a seat. You don't have to walk.
Have to walk.
There's an elevator that goes straight there.
Elevator takes you to the fourth floor, and you have to walk upstairs.
It's so random before. That's crazy of them. No, you walk in, and the first thing you agree to is, I believe it's $2 million in gold, and then it shows you the price fluctuation. Like,
you don't get any of it though.
No, you can't really. It's not really a thing. But it's a beautiful lounge, great drinks, incredible bartenders, nationally ranked bartenders. Apparently, did not see that coming. And bring your own cigars. They have a small selection, but they encourage you to bring your own so you can enjoy whatever you like with your drink and enjoy a wonderful view of the entire city and the other cities that surround it, because you can see everything from there. Awesome. It's worth it. 100% worth it. Timo, how you doing? Woo, smoking well. Very well. See, I'm with Robert right there. The Legacy Lounge is great. And I know this is going to be, I don't think it's an issue, but they do charge a cover fee the first time you go, and then you give them your number and you're locked in so you don't do it again. They literally ask you for like $10 the first time you go. It's nothing. For something that fancy and that because the entire hotel, by the way, is all adults only. This is not. There's no kids allowed in the Circa, which I really do appreciate. You go to their, is it called Stadium Pool?
Yeah.
Stadium Pool, which is also super high up there, by the way, but the biggest friggin' screen you've ever seen to watch sports while you're in one of like several pools.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of cabanas, plenty of places to sit out. It's a phenomenal spot. Matt staying over the Caesar, so I'll be hitting up his go-to Casa Fuente and Monte Cristo. Excellent calls.
Mm-hmm.
I have been such a huge Monte Cristo fan ever since, especially since seeing their smoked old fashioned. It was good before. It got great right then and there. And both have some great selections for cigars, especially if you're looking for something Fuente. Obviously, you're going to go to Casa Fuente. The house blends are phenomenal. And I am glad that we got some in other places, but I also wasn't upset having to go there to get them because it felt like a little extra treat while you're in Vegas. Although, with the removal of their outdoor seating, I've heard rumors that they will not be there much longer. They're looking to move.
That sucks.
Which is heartbreaking because it was such an iconic spot to stop in. That's going to really either hinder or make our Carmine trip a little more difficult.
Yeah.
Because beforehand, like, oh, we'll go to Monte Cristo, walk to Carmine's. We'll go to Casa Fuente. Now it's go to Monte Cristo. Well, let's go somewhere else then. There's no reason to go all the way to Carmine to eat.
Right.
But it's also friggin' delicious. Great Italian food. Bring a couple buddies to help you finish though, because it is a lot of food they give you.
It is, but it is so darn good. Even just their Caesar salad is phenomenal.
They say that Vegas is an expensive place. Carmine's not. For what you're getting, it's not expensive at all.
You're getting plenty there.
You are robbing them blind somehow. If you ever get back in Phoenix and you need to go to Fine Ash, you need to go to Fine Ash for the best smoked old fashioned. I'm 100% on board for that. I've been meaning to get out there as soon as I can. They're allowing the outdoor smoking again.
Really?
Okay,
when
good.
Did they open up that?
I don't care when. I'm glad they're doing it though, because I was so upset when I heard that.
That could be good. It could also be bad. It could also mean that they just don't give a shit because they're looking for somewhere else.
Oh,
so they'll let that happen until they get kicked out.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Get rid of us? We're leaving anyway. I don't think they would do that. I think they want to leave on good terms. I hope so, at least.
Yeah.
Oh man, great stuff. Harold, how you doing? Thank you for joining us.
I don't know who's going to be watching, but House of the Dragon starts up again soon, so I'm very excited for this because
next week, right?
I think Sunday.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
I'm very excited to see from where we left off season 1.
Yeah, it was a big cliffhanger. Having skimmed the books, I'm not gonna say I read them, but I know what's coming. It's a lot of exciting stuff, and as much as I'm glad they did. There were so many other stories I wanted to see, though. It's a good spot they hopped into in the lore, but there's oh my gosh, there's just so many stories they could have told, and I'm hope the other spinoffs are still in production. I know some of them kind of got nixed here, or this one's got to get put on hold for whatever reason. There's just so much more story to be told there, so not sad about that. Anthony, how you doing?
So my cigar is actually burning really, really slowly, you guys. So take that into consideration when you start this one up. It's going to be quite a long smoke. Whereas Miguel's getting into his final third, it looks like. I am barely creeping to halfway on this cigar.
That's a good 40 minutes right there.
Yeah, so it's going to be taking you a while to smoke this one. So just make sure you sit down and smoke it, then you'll have plenty of time. And it's not that it's hard packed or anything, because it's nice and squishy. Not squishy, but pliable up and down the entire way. So it's not like it's jam packed. Pull the back. There's the air channels in there that's going to allow you to get a good draw off of it, pull some good smoke out of it. But yeah, it's just burning really slow.
Not sad about that. That's excellent. Mine was a Robusto, by the way, though. So keep that in mind. It is going to be a shorter smoke. A Robusto, what we normally say, 45 to an hour and 15, somewhere in there. You're gonna be happy.
Yeah.
I'm already at that 45 basically. So anything above that's gravy. I'm not looking to have hours and hours on a Robusto. That's not the goal.
Tom, I'm smoking the Night Shift by Warfighter Tobacco. And Miguel is having
The Wildfire Ataros. Ataros. What the hell's Jeremy? Gotta tell us the name of this damn thing. No, it's been a very phenomenal cigar. The Red Band Wildfire. I will say that this way it's a little easier to distinguish. I apologize for butchering that name, but it's just what I do. Lorenzo, how you doing, brother?
How
I
you doing?
hope you're having a good day.
he's not. Mavericks are down 3 games to none.
It's getting worse, huh?
Mhm.
Oof. Well, there's a chance. There's a
Of
chance.
course, our Oilers are down 3 games to none also.
It's fine because the Condors are going to do great next season. That's all that matters. Never had either. I could recommend both of them very easily, brother. Good stuff. If you haven't had Wildfire before, hop in the line wherever you like. Check out what they've got. This is the Habano Oscuro. You're not going to be sad with the yellow band either, though. So just keeping that in mind.
I think that's gonna do it for us today, Mike.
Yeah, that pretty
Yeah.
much wraps it. Trying to think of anything else. I'll be back with you in the morning with Mel for Great American Morning, guys. 6 a.m. for those who would like to watch. Yeah. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Have a great weekend, and we will see you Monday.
You guys on Monday?
Hopefully, to talk House of the Dragon.
Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, all right.